guys, I'm TheMtVernonKid here back again. How is the pack doing? Hope everybody is well. And, well, guys, this is in some association because a lot of you, I've been seeing your comments, and a lot of you have been asking me, hey, man, like, I miss you doing comic reviews and things like that. What happened to all that stuff and things like that? And I'm like, nothing. Just you gotta try to play and catch up, you know, and things like that. And sometimes a lot of my stuff now, at the time now, I'm digitally downloading a lot of books now, you know, because I just at some points just don't have enough time to read everything. At the pace that I used to read, and then be able to put something up for you can see. So it's kind of been a little hectic on that, and the channel's still growing, guys. I just checked how many pack members now are on the channel now. We have 9,700. So the road to 10,000 is still there. Please keep subscribing. There's something for everybody on this channel. That's why I call it a variety channel. There's something for everybody on this channel. I promise you that. But I'm here because I do have some books for you. And other than that, guys, I do have comic reviews coming to the channel Geek Ramble. Go over there where I put the spotlight on indie books. Here is mainly the big two. But I had picked up some books last week that I wanted to talk about and wanted to give my thoughts on. But don't think I have not been keeping up on my reading. I just been reading and just haven't put up reviews of it or anything like that. So that's the problem. That's the only thing. But I have 5 Marvel books that I want to talk about from last week. That you guys would probably want to know what did I think about them. So here we go. Let's get started. We're gonna go in order. Are we gonna go in order? I think we may not, but I think I'm gonna go I'm not gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go in alphabetical order. So we're definitely gonna go in alphabetical order. I just want to make sure I get them in alphabetical order. Usually. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. You ready? Here we go. So the first book we're going to talk about was written by Jim Zub. Met Jim Zub, very nice guy. I met him at last year's New York Comic Con. He signed a few books for me. I picked up a few of his self-titled indie books, which I have to put the reviews up. They're really good. And I've been enjoying Jim Zub's Marvel work at best. But this one comes from him, and the artist is by Lan Medina. Artwork is really good, and it's entitled, oops, excuse me, let me get that right there. Alright, we got Black Panther and the Agents of Wakanda, issue number 1. You see Black Panther, Okoye, Kazar up there, Gorilla Man. Look, you got Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp is there. If you could see it, yeah. And there's more agents. So let me take it out of the plastic so it doesn't really go off that glare too much. If you can, if it's not giving off that glare, you can see it. Okay. So basically, this has been building up in Avengers. Not just in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the Marvel Universe in general. S.H.I.E.L.D. is no more. And the concept of this is that even the Avengers need a support team. A team that can give them information, give them support. Kind of like how you have a support team with a reconnaissance team in the military, something like that. Somebody's got their eyes, they go out, get the info, and you give it back to the main team. And of course, this is also a team built on handling objectives that maybe the Avengers can't handle because they're too busy. And T'Challa and Okoye put this team together, this superhuman team together, basically. And Okoye is the head. Well, T'Challa will help out because he's the leader of the Avengers now, which I think that was really cool. But each member has a specialty. But you got, like I said, you got Kazar, Gorilla Man, Brood, who was part of the X-Men, Fat Cobra, American Eagle. You got a lot of characters that Marvel has not used in a while, and I love that when you put characters that you haven't used in a while. And I have something tells me that Jim Zub and them had a big role in putting these characters. But in this issue, it is showcasing that this team is not as cohesive as you think. Wasp has some big kind of Janet's kind of like really like hesitant because of who she's there. They also have the team. John Jameson is on the team. Colonel John Jameson is on the team, and let's not forget he can transform into a wolf. And sometimes that is what the concept of this issue is. We see they're on a mission. They're trying to stop this terrorist group, and when they stop them, kind of John flips and he wolfs out, and it's almost to the point they gotta calm him down. Like Wasp was like, John, calm down, and he has to calm down, and it's kind of to that point where Okoye comes in and is like, we saw your levels start spiking, like, be careful. And Wasp is now saying, should we really have him on the team, things like that. And it's like, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, Janet, I understand you're a founding member of the Avengers, I get that, you got a lot of experience, but just to say John he's bad on this group because of an incident like that, don't knock him off. But in the meantime, after that, the team goes into they go into this small Oklahoma city because there's some readings going on that they're really kind of scared about. There's no life in this town. There's nothing like that, and they're starting to investigate. And all of a sudden, they find like a barrier, and inside the barrier, there's these demons attacking the citizens of this Oklahoma city. And you got, like I said, you got Wasp, Okoye, Black Panther, and Fat Cobra. He's the one that really kind of senses it. Remember, he's an immortal weapon, so he can sense the disruption in chi and everything like that. And he kind of senses that at first. And when they go in, they handle these demons and everything like that. But they're trying to figure out where the source of these demons are coming from. And then they find it. Fat Cobra finds it, and I'll show you exactly who is the source of this bullshit, and kind of pisses me off when I see it because I don't like this character at all. Yeah, there you go. Who the fuck do you think that is? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. It's a fucking Sentry. So yeah, the Sentry. So this book ends on a cliffhanger, but it's actually really good, and I'm like, okay, I'm really interested in see how this team is going to coexist and how good they're going to be when they're on a cohesive unit with each other, and what the hell is going on with the Sentry, as always. And I enjoyed this very much. I like Lan Medina's artwork. If I could show more of the artwork, it's really good. Here's a picture of Janet. She looks really good. I was like, that's really nice. Let me see if I can get a good picture of John Jameson wolfing out. There we go. There you go. Wolfed out. He's all wolfed out. So yeah, Um, I I can't give you the digital code, guys, because I already put it out on Twitter. But this was good. I very much enjoyed it. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about is House of X, number 5. This was the only cover they had. So I couldn't find any more. But House of X number 5. Okay, Hickman has really, this quasi reboot of the X-Men is kind of scary, but it's Hickman's fashion. You know, he'll take a franchise. You could tell how much after reading the first 4 issues and Power of X, and you can see how much Hickman loves the X-Men, what he's doing with this, and what he's trying to do. In this series alone, he makes us really understand why we should not knock the character of Goldball. You know, Goldball. You know, Goldball. You know, the mutant that just make those gold balls. You know, Fabio Medina. So we get to see this, but it's also scary because there's some shit in here that you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, whoa, huh? Like, hold up. It's Hickman, really? I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's just like, whoa. But more importantly, it's kind of scaring me because it's like, okay, a friend of mine actually brought this up, and he's like, I don't know, Chris, this doesn't seem like the X-Men. Like, they're really this feels really different. Even to how differently Charles Xavier is acting, things like that. I think something's wrong with them. And reading more, and I'm like, you know what? He could be onto something. But also in the meantime, we find out that the UN has pretty much personified Krakoa as its own nation in a sense. Like, yeah, they're a solemn nation now. They show people who kind of was against it. I think I can show, well, not show everything, but I can show those people what they had to say. But I am scared about this because the way they're personifying them is like the X-Men are kind of coming off a little militant, like mutant and like I'm like, whoa, they're raising their fist and mutant. I'm like, whoa, now wait a minute, now hold on. Like, I'm like, all I need him to start saying is hi, you know. It's coming off like that, but I trust Hickman, but I'm scared a little bit. So here's the Krakoan. It is basically the people who have kind of were against it, kind of reasons for rejection of Krakoa. You got Iran saying the reason is they're idealistic. You got Madripoor saying political. North Korea saying idealistic. Latveria, political. Yeah, Latveria. Russia saying political. Brazil, political. Santo Marco, idealistic. Terra Verde, idealistic. Venezuela, political. Honduras, political. Wakanda, they don't need mutant drugs. And 3 other African nations, basically because Wakandan ecological, because they're allies with the Wakanda. But yeah, man, like, this is getting serious. This is getting kind of serious, and I am a little scared. And it didn't make me feel any better when I saw that shit happen at the end with Xavier and a certain elder mutant named Unsabanur. So yeah, I'm scared, but Hickman, you got me hooked. But I'm scared. Yeah. Really scared. I'm a little scared. Alright, moving on. Jane Foster, Valkyrie. If I could get a picture of that. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Just got to take it out the cover. I've been really enjoying Aaron and Al Ewan co-writing this. Um, this was a very great one-shot story of journey through the multiverse of the afterlife. This is basically what this is. So, as a Valkyrie, and the last of the Valkyries, as Jane is, she heard. I heard. What is a Valkyrie's objective? A Valkyrie's objective, and if you know mythology and everything, they had to take fallen warriors to Valhalla, guide them to Valhalla. Here, Valkyrie is guiding Heimdall. Yeah, if you guys have been reading the War of Realms, Heimdall died. He was killed by Bullseye with Dragonfang. Brunhilde's sword, the Valkyrie sword, Dragonfang. And she is taking Heimdall to the afterlife or wherever he wants to go. He doesn't want to go to Valhalla. He wants to go somewhere else. And throughout this tale, we see, it's a very touching tale, seeing Jane take him and protect him through different realms. They go through heaven, and they go through Hades. They go through a lot of different realms of the afterlife. And when they finally reach their destination, Heimdall, the all-seeing Heimdall, is like, this is where I need to be. And this was just a very touching tale. And then, of course, she returns, but she feels like, did she really leave? And in the meantime, Jane gets a surprise when the fact that her horse, Move Over Mr. Ed, can talk. So she's like, wait, you can talk? And things like that. So that kind of threw her off as well. But more importantly, we see what's coming next for Jane. And all I'm going to spoil for that is that he is the relative of a former Avenger. He's the brother to, I won't give his superhero name, but if y'all are as good as y'all think y'all are, like yours truly here, I'm sorry, y'all know who is Simon Williams. There you go. But this was a very touching tale. I think I still have I didn't think I give the digital code for this yet, so if anybody wants it, just let me know. I'll give it to you. So yeah. Next up on the list is a second printing, because I missed the first issue. I missed the issue of it. It got sold out. Savage Avengers number 4. This is Mike Deodata's last work for Marvel. Even though he's left Marvel, but Mike Deodata is one of my favorite artists. I love his artwork, and it's good. It's sad to see him leave Marvel, but him still doing work for other companies and things like that. But yeah, here we go. So the Marrow God has come forth, and it is up to Dr. Voodoo and Wolverine and Conan and Elektra and Punisher to stop, and Venom, I should say, to stop this thing, stop this creature. Kulan Wrath uses Frank big time and says, oh, I can bring your family back, Castle. And he does. Some, we think. And you see his wife and his 2 children, and like, Frank, come to us, be happy. And Punisher's fault. And I'm like, Frank, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't trust this bastard of a sorcerer. And like, and you got Elektra trying to snap him out of it, and Wolverine and Conan fighting this god, and Brother Voodoo trying to get him someplace where they'll be safe, where it won't cause a lot of trouble. And of course, yeah, they're able to stop. Frank, Dr. Voodoo is able to, conjure up, show them that these are not your family castle. These are demons in disguise. And what they were gonna do is like you were gonna get drawn in like a watermouth bass, get reeled in, and once you get close, they were gonna kill you. And when he finds out, oh, Frank is pissed. He's more pissed than ever. So basically, the concept of this is no real big storytelling, but Jerry Dugan does a good job of just showcasing just how action-packed this is. You know what I'm saying? It's just action-packed, and it's to the point where you just like you're rooting for, especially when Conan is going at it. You know, guys, you know how I am with Conan. I'm a huge Conan fan, so to see him and Wolverine teaming up and cutting, Wolverine cut him down, like, trying to cut this god down to size. I mean, it's huge, and you got Venom, who is looking like a big, it's crazy. Yeah, I'll show you like some artwork, of the god of. Let me just show you. Okay, so here's a little bit of, like I said, of Frank being mesmerized by his wife, things like that. And here is the Marrow God. He looks like a big centaur, but they're in Manhattan now. I'm trying not to get too much glare so you can see him right here. You go right here. And there's Venom looking like a dragon. He fighting it as well. The symbiote was helping Conan too. He had because Conan got poisoned, so it was trying to blank out. Oh, I still do have but it's really good. And you got the Marrow God just trying to eat people. Like, look at that. He's just trying to eat. What is it? Can I see it? Oh, here it is. You can see it right there. He's trying to eat people. It's crazy. But you can just see they're ready to go to battle. They're ready to take this thing down. And as you can see, the team is all there. They're ready to go to take this thing down. So this issue was just very action-packed. Very action-packed. Deoda's artwork was just beautiful and just great to watch. Just looking at his artwork is just so beautiful. I'm like, man, this guy can draw. Like, I love this. And but this team they're just 5 of the deadliest characters in Marvel. I do like the fact that Elektra is back in her classic look. No offense to her old, her MCU, Daredevil look and everything like that. But sometimes don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I love seeing Elektra in her classic red look with the size and everything like that. I still have the digital code for this, so if anybody wants it, it's great. You can just ask me, I'll give it to you. Seeing Elektra and Conan team up is just, it's like, ooh, woo, So, moving on, the last book I wanted to talk about, and it's simple because I've been reading a lot of interviews and then people have been hating it or things like that, and I knew from day one what this series was going to be about, and I knew it was going to be its own self-contained story. But I'm here to talk about it. J.J. Abraham and Henry Abraham and the great Sarah Pichelli's artwork. I've met Sarah Pichelli, lovely lady. Spider-Man #1. They're Spider-Man #1. This was a $5 book. Was it worth the $5? I gave it an 8 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for me personally. I was like, 8 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but I liked it. It's its own self-contained story, but I can see where the Abrahams were going at. They took a lot of ideas from Tom DeFalco. That's exactly. As soon as I was reading this, I'm like, I'm smelling a lot of influence from Tom DeFalco, and what I mean by that, I'm like, this is kind of like Marvel Comics 2, Earth. 982, the Earth where it's kind of the future of the Marvel Universe, and mostly it's the Marvel heroes' kids now taking over the legacy. And that's where I was smelling. I'm like, this feels like that. But in this alone, first off, the book starts off like, what the hell just happened? Pete comes up and he is beat the hell up. I'm not gonna ruin everything, but he's beat the hell up. Like he went 20 rounds with all his rogues gallery, but he came out on top. But he is fucked up. I'm talking, when I mean fucked up, I'm talking to the point where his right arm is literally hanging, I guess you could say, by tendons. Like, it's literally ready to be just lobbed right off. And it's like, who did this? We see MJ come. MJ's running to him. Peter's cracking jokes. Typical Peter, typical Spider-Man. Even in like the hardship that he's in, he's still being Peter Parker, cracking jokes. That's what we love about Peter. And then the unthinkable happened. Not gonna ruin it. But then it fast forwards. Then it jumps ahead. And we see now, looks like the future. It's kind of the future of we don't know what happened before on the time jump. And now we see a young lad, redheaded, but he is watching, they're in high school, and I guess, school, and we're seeing this young lad, he's watching this bully pick on this kid, and he turns around, he's like, hey, stop picking on this kid, and, the kid's like, and so bully's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? And next, we panel to another scene, like in a classroom, and the bully gets tossed into the classroom, and we're like, whoa, okay, this kid. So instantly, already, we're like, okay, this kid's got to be somewhat related to Peter in some way. And he is. We see a new version of Ben Parker. And he's got red hair like his mom. He looks a little bit like Peter. But Peter comes into the principal's office. And Peter now he works press for the Daily Bugle. And he's on assignment. But the one thing that we see about Peter, he's got like a prosthetic hand. And I'm not talking like a prosthetic hand that looks like this. It's one of those classic hands that looks like a fork, and things like you see like an old school prosthetics from like back from the like 70s, something like that, with like some of those old war vets that came back from war like Vietnam or something like that. It looks like looks that retro. And Peter is like, he just looks tired. He looks miserable. He looks like a shell of himself. He looks like a shell of himself. And in the car, when they're driving, Peter and Ben just like, they seem to not really get along too much. It's like, almost like, he's telling Ben like, that was stupid. Why would you do this? And Ben's like, I was protecting somebody, and they're just going at it, but and he's just like, how would you know you're never around? It's like, whoa, Peter, an absentee dad? I'm like, whoa, like, what? He just drops Ben off, and next thing you know, you see Ben trying to open the door, and poosh, rips the door, and he's surprised. He's like, what the hell? Hence, enter Aunt May. Aunt May is still alive. And here Sal Pacelli's artwork makes her look like one of those very doting, lovable great aunts. Because that's what I think. I've always said that. I can't, because none of my aunts look like Aunt May. But then when I look at my great aunts, I'm like, they still don't look like Aunt May. But I've always pictured Aunt May as Peter's great aunt. That's how but she tells him to calm down, everything like that, because she sees him sticking on the wall, and she's like, okay, it's time for you to go up in the attic. There's something that you need to see. So he does go up there, and she says, I guess you found something. That open the box, and Ben finds the Spider-Man costume. So he now discovers that his dad was Spider-Man. And, you know, Peter is arguing, not arguing, but Aunt May's trying to, your son needs you. And it seems like Peter has this, he's really now into this monologue of, like, people close to him will die. You know, he's got this crazy notion now, if you're close to me, you're going to die. So let me stay far away from you. So that's why he's always taking these assignments out of state or something like that. And it's hard to read sometimes. It's like, this is not the Peter that I love. This is a different Peter. And I can see where people are coming from. We're not liking it. But if you thought it was going to be, I knew from day Jump Street that this was going to be something of a different story. And I'm really interested in seeing how this is going and this new villain. And will Peter find the strength to come back? Also, this world, what's this world like? Are there other superheroes in this world? You know, is Spider-Man the only hero in this world? And things like that. Will Ben take up the legacy of his father? You know, that's what's driving me to really continue with this book. I'm not going to write it off like I hear a lot of people already writing it off. So for anybody out there that is like, oh, you know, this is stupid, blah, blah, blah. It's like, then you haven't been reading other versions of Spider-Man for a long time, because this is not like, it's not like this has not been done before. Hell, Marvel 2 Spider-Man is kind of like this. Why did he stop being Spider-Man? Mayday Parker's dad from Earth 962. Why did he stop? Because he got injured. His final battle with Green Goblin, he got his leg amputated. But you know, but this is like that Peter taken to the 10th level, where he is like, no, I'm not. But there is a death in this issue. Right off the bat, there's a death. And I think that was more done for shock value, but it also is going to play a big factor in it. But I enjoyed this. I gave it an 8 out of 10. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Abrahams are going to do. Like I said, Sarah Pacelli's artwork is beautiful. I don't want to spoil too much because this is a book that you need to read. But, you know, Ben's already got a crush on somebody. You know, but I will show you, like, artwork of, like, just Ben. Like, look at that. Like, just Ben. Sarah Pacelli, she kills it. She's just a great artist, she is. But I liked it, guys. I really liked it. Well, guys, that's all I have for last week. I didn't pick up a lot of books last week. Even digital-wise, I didn't buy a lot. Because there was a lot of books that just didn't really intrigue me, or, you know, books that I do read on that on my pull, you know. But I picked up a few Marvel, a lot of the DC. I've been kind of starting to notice on my pull list, I'm starting not to read a lot of DC. I used to always have a good balance of Marvel and DC books. Now I'm starting to see I'm having more Marvel than DC. That a lot of DC books are not intriguing me as much. There was that book with Wally West. I looked at it, I'm like, I just don't like where DC has been going with Wally. So I just haven't been liking that. I've kind of dropped Justice League. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get the rest of that stuff in trade. I'm still reading Batman. I've dropped Superman because I was like, I'm just not liking Bendis's run. After Wonder Woman, I'm still gonna read. I'm still reading Wonder Woman. Flash, I'm still reading. Aquaman, I'm still reading. But there are a lot of books now that I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till they come out on trade and just read them from there. And I'll just do a trade 1, 2 volume books like that. And, you know, that's just how it is with me now. You know, it's just like I see some stuff and it's just like, it's not intriguing me. Like when I go and pick up my books, I look through my pull and I'm like, what's exciting me to read? What's got me like, ooh, Turtles is like that for me. Like, Turtles is like, I can't wait to read this. Turtles, is like that. The Power X and House of X, that's got me like, because I'm like, where is Hickman gonna go with this stuff? But there is still a lot of stuff I have to deliver for you guys. So be patient. Sometimes it may take some time. Ow, something just. Ow. Okay. Sharp pain went through my back. Ooh. But yeah, just give me some time, guys. Give me a little. I wouldn't say like my pack members like, yo, just if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm most likely gonna do it. It may take some time or just like that. I'm a busy guy at times. Like don't get me wrong. I'm a busy guy, and at times, I'm working on this, and sometimes I'm working on that. So be a little patient. Be a little patient. I have not forgotten what helped bring this channel up to where it is now. I haven't forgotten those. The comic reviews did help. So you will see more. But like I said, on this channel, it's just going to be the main stuff. It's DC or Marvel. You want to read, you want to see what I think of indie titles and things like that, go to the channel Geek Ramble. That would be where you could see that kind of stuff, where I would talk about indie books and a lot of Kickstarters that I helped fund. And I've got the Kickstarter awards. Like for example, I'm about to deliver my review of the last 2 issues of White Widow, if you could see that. So, but that's stuff like that, and books from and of course, this recently came in too, because I've never read it. I've always wanted to read it, but it helped when he rebranded it. I was told him I'm going to support it no matter what. Y'all guys know Real Manos. So here's his title, Red Knight. So I'm definitely, you will see that on Geek Ramble. So if you want to go check out what I thought of it, when you'll see it uploaded. So please do subscribe to Geek Ramble. I do put stuff up there. There's indie showcase. There's going to be a lot of there's a lot of Geek Ramble sessions, things like that. But now, I'm gearing up for Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. You guys checked out. I just put up how my Spider-Man suit looks. I wanted to test it and see if it fit. It does fit, fits well. People was like, damn, Chris, I didn't know you was that jacked. I'm like, it's not, I don't know. I'm just like, I do like to work out. So I don't know. I just, like, people were saying, like, I've never seen Spidey look so jacked. I'm like, yeah, well, if you, I don't know. It's funny. I find that stuff funny. But yeah, guys, don't worry. Stuff is coming. More books are coming. But yeah, man, like, stay tuned. Please stay tuned. And for all those who are looking more for the comic reviews, like I said, there's something for everything on this channel. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, pack members. I'll see you guys next time.